Hooray!
Yeah.
Okay, this is I don't know how long this random episode's gonna be because, like I said, there's not I don't know if there's a super ton to talk about. We could talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yes.
I have not. No.
Oh,
Fun story.
terrible.
Here's the thing. I was supposed to go Friday.
Yes.
No, I went with my dad, but then he got sick.
Oh.
So we didn't end up going. I was actually kind of happy. I was so tired. I've been really tired this week. But so we're gonna go tomorrow, I think.
Right. Oh, cool.
Well,
I had a lot of fun in it, so I hope you enjoyed it.
Did you like it as much as the first? Because that's what
I did.
Okay.
I think I like it in different ways in the first. So, but I do like both. Like around the same. Yeah,
because I was like thinking, like, man, I've not gone to the movies. I think the last time I went to the movies was with you.
Mm-hmm.
I might have gone with my dad for one thing, but
yeah,
there wasn't. I don't think there was a lot out like this, mid period.
Right.
Yeah, so like I still want to see Guardians 2. I'd be one of the few people who wants to see Pirates 5. Even though I don't care if I see that in the theaters or not.
See what 5?
Pirates.
Oh, Pirates 5. Yeah, I actually have been hearing like not terrible things about it.
Even the fourth one's not terrible. Like this is a series that like I enjoy. Like I like the first one genuinely like a lot. It's a lot of fun, and then the rest of them are kind of just like candy for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little popcorn flick. I enjoy them.
Yeah, you can't take it seriously or else you're not going to have a fun time.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Cool. Good.
I learned about the fun fact. I'm not 100% sure. I might have. I watched this documentary on royal diseases, which is mainly hemophilia and porphyria.
What's porphyria?
Remember how like King George III was like mad?
Oh, he's crazy.
He wasn't really crazy. He had porphyria, which is like this. I'm not exactly sure what the disease is, but it causes like a lot of pain, and it can kind of just like mess with everything.
Oh, okay.
And it also can turn your bodily functions different colors.
Really?
I think it turns your like piss into like brown or like not good color, and then I heard somewhere it can turn your shit purple.
Huh.
So, and then hemophilia.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, it changes part. Oh, becomes purple.
Why didn't you look up at images? I didn't even do that.
I didn't look it up images. I went on Wikipedia, and that was the first image I saw was piss. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it because okay.
And then do you know what hemophilia is?
Yeah, I do know what hemophilia is.
That's the disease where
covered that
your blood doesn't clot.
Yep, but it's only it's only on the Y chromosome, correct? So,
no.
So men don't. So
no, men are usually the ones who
get.
No,
yeah. So it's only on the Y. No. Only men get it, right?
Only men get it, but it's not on the Y. I don't think, from what I read, because women are the carriers.
Oh, but only men
because it's on an X chromosome.
Oh, okay.
And because women have two X chromosomes, it cancels it out, and then men don't, and that's how that's like messed up a bunch of.
Oh, I learned something new today, guys.
Because I think like because Queen Victoria had 9 kids, and one of them had it, and then it messed up other families. Because like I like a lot of.
I know it was a thing in Russia.
Well, so the wife of Tsar Nicholas, Alexandra, was the granddaughter of Queen Victoria.
Oh, okay.
And the only son that they had, Alexei, had it, and then that might have, led to the end of the Romanov dynasty because they were a very secluded family and did not pay attention to stuff.
Good for them.
And then it wasn't an evil sorcerer guy.
Rasputin.
No, he was just weird. He was weird, but he did not. Listen, Anastasia movie, I love you, but like you're wrong about so much.
Don't fail me now.
Did you
Courage, don't desert me.
Like the musical that apparently is not as good as I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, is it not?
Apparently, I heard it just got mixed reviews saying it was a bit long.
Oh, really?
Which is weird because and it didn't get nominated for any Tonys,
right?
And I think the one actress did.
Okay,
but and it's not because my baby Ramin Karimlou's in it. Mm-hmm. But I read the plot to it and I'm like, wow, they really took some liberties from the movie. This is great.
Which is really saying something because the movie took some real liberties with real life.
No, but here's the thing: with the movie, with the show that I read up, there's no magic.
Oh, okay.
And Rasputin's not even in it. It's the villains of the Bolsheviks, which is partially true.
Yeah, actually, I kind of like that. Actually, there is no sense to.
And technically, Ramin Karimlou,
really animated.
Ramin Karimlou, who if people don't know who he is, if you're in the Broadway verse, you know who he is. He played the Phantom of the Opera a lot.
Oh, okay.
He originated in Love Never Dies, which besides how people feel about that show, of course, it's fantastic. And he was. Did you ever see the 25th anniversary concert?
No.
Oh, okay. We need to watch that. It's so good.
Okay.
He played the Phantom in that, and then Did you see the Les Mis 25th concert?
No. Just assume any kind of 25th concert I have not seen.
He was in that, and then he has like an album that I bought for my mom for Mother's Day one year, and he's really good and singing. Look up his singing when you get the chance. He's so good.
Okay.
And so yeah, and he's kind of like the villain, but he's like an antagonist more. Like he's cause he's kind of a Bolshevik kind of guy.
Yeah.
And they get the ages right because like
good.
If you remember in the movie, Anastasia got the whole thing happened when she was 8, which is not true.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in real life, she died when she was 17. By the way, yes, she did die.
Yeah.
We should say that.
Yeah. Okay. I think
Like for a while, I'm like, did she actually die? And then like they have actual evidence that says everybody died.
Yeah.
And but so then I think in the show she's like 18, which is close enough.
Right. Cool.
I like the mystery though behind it. Like I don't mind that they did made a movie about it because it's a cool mystery.
Right. Yeah.
Like somebody survived, and I understand like because I think also because like in 1991 when they like found the skeletons of like some of the it found like of like servants and the Romanovs.
Right.
And they found like they confirmed like it was both parents, the older siblings, which was Olga and Tatiana, and then either Maria or Anastasia. Maria. And then some people were like, maybe Maria's still alive. And then I figured out why she might not have actually lived through that. Or like, because like the idea was actually like the older siblings might have actually suffered.
Oh.
Because they had, some reason it was like a measles thing. I think a bunch of them were sick and Maria went away or something. I don't remember the whole thing, but like the other sisters would, were like sewed jewels into like their dresses, and probably when they got hit by bullets, it might have taken it, so they had to die. So they died slower.
Ooh.
Well, Maria probably died instantly, and Alexei had hemophilia, so he probably died instantly.
Damn.
Yeah, so
that's harsh.
That's what I did this week.
Okay.
I've listened to this new podcast called The History Chicks, and they have like a bunch of stuff about women, including even though they did the Romanovs, but they talked about the women.
Right.
So nice. I like that quite a bit. So I might shout out to the History Chicks. You guys are really good.
Yeah, I think you said that they may be PA natives.
Because they mentioned King of Prussia.
Prussia and Drexel, I think you said.
I don't know how many people actually know about King of Prussia existing.
Well, it's the second biggest mall in America.
Is it the second?
The second biggest, yep.
It is quite big.
It is quite large. The first is the Mall of America. You can't top that one.
I've never been to that one.
Neither have I.
I've only seen it in You're Invited to Mary Kay and Ashley Olsen's mall party.
Nice.
Did you ever watch those?
Oh yeah, I watched some of those. I used to be a huge Mary Kate and Ashley fan I was a kid.
I never watched the detective series really, and I think I've only seen like a few of
Billboard Dad.
I never saw that. I never really watched any of them.
I read the book of Billboard Dad for some reason, not the actual. Didn't actually see the movie.
I
remember. The book of it.
I think I remember. Like I only watched like certain of the party ones. I've seen like Hawaiian Beach Party, Sleepover Party.
I think I saw birthday
party.
One. Yeah,
birthday party, mall party.
Yeah.
I think that's all I've seen. I had to see more, but I don't really remember.
Oh my goodness! Wow, what a throwback that was.
Although I remember because like I was watching because if you look at it's funny in like some of the specials, they're like, we have an annoying sister named Lizzie, and who never did anything else. Even though she's
an Avenger now,
and she's probably a better actress than both of you.
Oh,
that's true though.
That's true.
I've seen New York Minute. That was a bad movie.
Oh gosh, I didn't think I actually saw that one. That was like towards like the very end.
That was like I think that was the last movie.
Yeah. Oh.
Which good for them if they don't want to act anymore.
Yeah, they're doing their own thing.
They can deal with not being in Fuller House.
So it's all right.
We're just going to talk about love triangles.
Oh yeah, okay. So for those who have been following along, we said in our one
I might actually I'll use some of this information review. For an article I might write.
Okay. We were talking about
love triangles.
Yeah, we're talking about love triangles because we were reviewing The Spirit of Competition from Legend of Korra Book 1, and then we said, we'll talk a little bit more about love triangles in a random episode, and then we just never got to it.
We forgot. So. It was like it was a long day.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about love triangles.
So I talked about in that episode specifically that there were technically there was a love triangle, but that was between Mako, Asami, and Korra.
Yeah.
And like the one between Korra, Bolin, and Mako was just kind of an angle because Korra clearly did not have feelings for Bolin. They both had feelings for Korra.
Right.
And it's kind of like how does that doesn't really connect. While as with the other one, Mako has feelings for both Asami and Korra.
Yeah.
So that's how I stated that, and I'll try. And I remember I mainly thought of this with musicals, just because there's a lot of love triangles.
Yeah.
in musicals, and then if you really think about it, it's not fully true. And even like in books, like you can kind of, I don't really know how many. I feel like love triangles just like they mess with the plot.
Yeah, it's hard to do a love triangle well, I think.
Was there any ones that you like?
Oh god, I can't think off the top of my head. Because my thing is, we talked about a little bit about this before, about what really constitutes as a triangle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because your standard, the most typical love triangle, right, is there's three people, and one person likes one person, the other person likes the other person, and then like, but it's never really connects. There's no third line connecting. If you draw arrows to it, there's usually just two arrows or two lines, and one arrow goes two ways, one arrow goes one way. But very rarely do you see love triangles go like a true love triangle. I love the love triangles where one person likes one person, who likes the other person, who likes the other person. You know what I mean? It's very hard to like
wait, so like one person likes. You talking about like a Midsummer Night's Dream, kind of?
Kind of, but like with really all love triangles, like there should be. I don't know. I think I said this in our last in one of our first fan reaction episodes, where all love triangles should be a little bit gay, and most of them aren't, and that is very disappointing.
Oh, so like everybody's feelings for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's a real triangle.
I guess I didn't think about that. But also, like, if you think of, like, if you have somebody at the top and then you have the two people at the bottom, like, this person has a feeling for this person. Yeah. And this person I guess it would be more gay if you think about it.
Yeah. I think. Because if you look at it, like, how many lines you're drawing. I have, like, if anybody here reads TV tropes, one, you're probably a person who doesn't have a life. Two, you might actually be me, because all I do is read TV tropes all day long. And one of my favorite TV tropes articles, like, perfectly demonstrates all of the different ways you can do a love triangle, which I love. So hold on.
Yeah, because I remember I would like watch a bunch of musicals and like they would have a love triangle, but then it's kind of like you can just read it. You don't have to show it to me.
There are 13 different ways you can do a love triangle. So, no, I have to show it to you.
Okay, so then A likes B, okay, and then that, and then so then A likes B, and then B and C like each other, and then that's so weird.
So really, if you look at like all of your standard ones that you're used to, there's only two lines. Is it really a triangle if there's only two lines? Is it more of just like a love angle?
That looks very confusing.
It is, but this is my kind of science. If I could get a master's degree in memes and tropes, I would.
Oh, dude, that needs to be a thing.
Please, I would write an entire dissertation.
Where you're like trying to figure out like what you want to do with your life, but there's like so many different people who are like special in like their speciality or like what they've researched their entire life is this, and they make a living out of it. Yeah. I think it just takes a long time.
Yeah. So really, I have a lot of strong feelings about love triangles because I don't think
there has to be one.
People want to do like two different types of love triangles, and nobody ever does any of the interesting ones.
I don't know which ones. I guess I don't know like if anybody, because I think it's like I thought of one where it's kind of like there's like these like two people and like isn't there a thing is like two people who are friends and then one starts dating the other person and the other person gets feelings to that person, and then I don't know if there's any good ones.
Yeah. I don't know. So,
but like, I guess it would be complicated if just like everybody liked everybody.
Yeah, that's my kind of stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
Although I wonder if there is a thing where it's kind of like this person dated this person, and then another person came in and they had feelings for the one person, and then like that was like a whole mess, and then two other people in that triangle got together. Would that be a thing? So like A and B are a couple. Yeah. And then C comes in. Yeah. And then C has feelings for A. Yeah. So there's that kind of thing. And then during that whole, and then A kind of has feelings for both. And then the whole development goes on, and then B and C get together.
That would be something. That wouldn't it?
That would be such a good, like...
That would be fantastic. I would watch any show that...
You know, probably does actually have... What thing probably does have decent love triangles?
What?
Soap operas.
Probably,
they're on for a while.
Yeah.
Like, how long... Or soap operas. The only one I kind of really do want to watch is like Dark Shadows, and I think that's like at least 1,000 episodes.
Dark Shadows?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a movie with Johnny Depp?
Yeah, but before that,
it was a show.
It was a soap opera.
Soap opera. Was it literally about vampires though?
No, I think it was just about like supernatural stuff, and then there was a vampire that came in.
Oh, and it was a soap opera. That sounds really interesting.
I don't feel like pulling my computer over, so I'm just gonna use my phone.
Your computer's literally 5 feet away from you, just so I can.
I'm being lazy.
Visualize for the audience here.
You know what? Deal with it. Yeah. So it's a gothic soap opera. The show depicts the lives, loves, trials, and tribulations of a wealthy Collins family of Collinsport, Maine, where a number of supernatural occurrences take place. Mm-hmm. So it's gothic.
Nice.
And then there's 6 seasons and with 1,225 episodes.
Nice.
They're like on like every day. I don't know if they take breaks at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like I think I only want to see like a little. The only ones I've ever seen like a little bit of is like General Hospital. And I don't even have my mom try to explain that to me, and I'm just like, I don't get it.
Oh no.
That and Grey's Anatomy, I just don't get. Mm-hmm. So I get that our discussion on love triangles where it's kind of just like there's way too many ways to do it.
There's just so many ways to do it, but people only choose like 2 out of like the 13 different ways you can do it, and I think that says a lot. I think that says a lot about the creativity.
It probably has to do a bit with just like timing and like what did you? I think your cat just bit my knee, tried to bite my knee.
Starlet, did you try to bite someone?
Yep.
That's rude. Don't do that. Go away. Oh no, she was trying to rub up against you.
But she bit my leg a bit. Or no, she bit like my pants.
Darn it, Starlet.
I don't make stuff up. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, like part of it probably just has to do with like the writing, and they probably think that like, oh, if you just do the thing where it's like, oh, 2 people like one person, and that person likes 2 people, or likes both of those people, that probably is enough.
Yeah.
And they don't feel like going into, it might be the thing that, or else, I don't know if it's a thing like they don't want to go make it a bit gay, but.
I think that's the case. Nobody wants to go. Nobody wants to go the extra mile. And
I feel like that's getting like more
gay.
Progressive nowadays.
Oh yeah,
people like
it's getting a lot more.
People
fun
like
now.
are starting to care less about that, so maybe it'll happen.
I'm looking forward to it.
And it doesn't have to be like super romantically into each other. They could be just like sexually into each other. Mm-hmm. You know, like one part and then romantic part and then something like that. That's how that works. I think. Who knows?
Yeah. So yeah, if you have a favorite love triangle, let us know. I would really like to know. I would like to know your favorite love triangles.
I'm just thinking like Broadway shows, and it's kind of like there are love triangles in that. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like that kind of a thing where most of the time it's kind of like it's like I would point out like in like I think it was like Phantom of the Opera and then Jekyll and Hyde. I pointed out that like there'd be like the one person that was like really boring and nobody wanted them to end up with, and then there was like the person who they wanted them to end up with because they were actually an interesting character, and then I'd actually see the shows and like actually like see the way that they would interact. Yeah, and I'm kind of like, no, that doesn't actually work. They should go with the boring person because that's how that worked. Like in Jekyll and Hyde, there's like a love triangle because like there's like Emma who's like his fiance, and then there's Lucy who's like a prostitute who Jekyll shows no interest in. Like, she kisses him, but, like, he doesn't show any interest. Hyde shows interest, but that's a different thing. I'll say that's not a love triangle, though, because I don't think Hyde's interested in Emma at all. He's just interested in Lucy.
Oh. That's a lot to go off up there.
Yeah, but the only reason Jekyll and Hyde I've seen is the one with David Hasselhoff. Did you ever see that?
No.
Oh, I think it's on YouTube. Because when he wanted to do Broadway, and it's not that great. You surprised?
No.
Okay. So yeah, I've never actually seen like because I think it wasn't that great of a show for a while. So I don't know how long it went on for. And then there was like the mess of whatever there was, like, because I think it's the same guy, Frank Wildhorn. He also did like a Dracula musical, and that's kind of a mess because they take it from the Francis Ford Coppola movie.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of a mess of a movie. Like honestly, like now, like I read like a graphic novel version of Dracula. And like after like reading that and then thinking about the movie, like I don't like that movie because they turn like you have like Mina, who's actually a really interesting character and does not fall in love with Dracula. She does get like she actually does get bitten actually, but like she's really like a bit of a badass. Like she's the one who like helps them like using the mind connection. Will like figure out where's Dracula gonna be?
Oh, okay.
And like that kind of thing, and then they just make her and like she doesn't fall in love with him, and then in the movie with Gary Oldman and Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder, like she just like falls in love with him even though like she's engaged and her husband her fiance Keanu Reeves might be dying.
that was a lot to take in.
Did you like that?
That was very interesting.
Did you ever did you ever see that movie?
No.
Oh, Keanu Reeves has a British accent.
Is it good?
No.
I didn't think so. I love Keanu Reeves as a person, but
no, like I think he's not like I think it was like a thing for a while where like he had some really good stuff, and then they were trying to like, you know, like maybe put him in other stuff that weren't like comedies or like action related, and it didn't really work.
Did I ever tell you my favorite Keanu Reeves role?
What is it?
Besides Adventures of Bill and Ted, which is an amazing movie.
Yes, it is.
There is a movie. Kenneth Branagh did a Much Ado About Nothing movie.
Oh yeah.
Thompson and
yeah, I've seen that one. I love that. I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, for those who haven't seen it, Keanu Reeves is the villain in it.
Yeah.
And also he plays the half brother of Denzel Washington. You can take a moment to process that one.
I think it's just because I remember I watched like this one video about it, and I think it's just Kenneth Branagh generally just does like it calls it colorblind casting.
It was good. I mean, Denzel Washington and Keanu Reeves were both very good in that movie.
Oh, I didn't think Keanu Reeves was good in that movie.
Keanu Reeves was fun in that movie.
He was fun.
There's a great scene where he's getting like lathered up with oil as he's like explaining
that
his
was hilarious
plan. And then he goes down a hall, like skipping down a hall after he goes on a long villainous soliloquy.
Yeah,
and really, what more can you ask for out of life?
Oh, that was great.
It's a great film.
I love that movie.
Would recommend if you like Shakespeare in any capacity.
Like,
if you don't, still watch it.
I've seen that one, and then I've seen the Joss Whedon Much Ado About Nothing, which is like less eccentric.
I haven't seen that one.
I would say this, like, because I remember I watched it before I saw like any Joss Whedon shows, like before I saw Firefly or Buffy or Angel, and then I saw my mom. I'm like, oh, this is really good, and then I watched it after, like right after I finished, like those like 3 shows,
yeah,
and I liked it so much more.
Yeah,
because like you know like these actors now,
right? You're like familiar with them.
Yeah, the only one I was familiar like when I first like saw it, the only one I was familiar with was Nathan Fillion, and then after that I was familiar with like pretty much everybody.
Yeah. Much About Nothing is one of my favorite Shakespeare.
I love that one. It's like the basic romantic comedy.
Yeah, I like Twelfth Night is also one of my favorites. Favorite Shakespeare plays, and that's the one that hold on, that's the one that She's the Man was based off of. Okay, but She's the Man didn't even get some of the best parts of Twelfth Night right.
What were the best? I don't really remember Twelfth Night.
Oh, it's been a while since I haven't.
My high school did it like the year after I graduated.
Yeah. So there's just I'd have to go back and like redo my research, but there were so many like missed opportunities I think they took with it. Go watch the Shakespeare version and you'll see some stuff. And I don't know. There's like some missed up. Like they changed some of the characters around to where it wasn't as exciting.
Well, it was a modern retelling. It wasn't like
but they could have done so much better. People are like, oh my god, I love that movie, and I'm like, yeah, but I just really like the original play.
Pretty
and, like,
solid.
I see like how they could have done it better, and I think I'm just gonna. I really one of my ventures when I get when we make it big is I'm just gonna remake another retelling of Twelfth Night.
Okay,
and it's gonna be great, and it's gonna it's just gonna be the version that I want it to be, because really everyone's always remaking Shakespeare plays into movies. It's not like, you know, I'm going to be the first one to remake a Shakespeare play that's already done.
Do you have a favorite drama?
Shakespeare drama?
Yeah.
Merchant of Venice?
I never even read that.
I mean, Merchant of Venice was originally a comedy, but the more it goes on, people interpret it more of drama.
I kind of like, my favorite's probably Hamlet, just like, you know, your classic. It's just so good.
Yeah, I actually never read Hamlet.
Really?
Yeah, because I took a Shakespeare class. They did not cover Hamlet because some other English classes did it in my high school. And so we never got around to it. So actually Hamlet, no. But I would definitely say my personal favorite drama is Merchant of Venice.
Yeah, so, but if you want to do, I remember for Hamlet, like we did read it in our one English class, but I ended up, Spark Notes did like this thing where they had I think it was Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, and Macbeth, and they turned them into graphic novels.
Oh, cool.
And then they just like translated it a bit.
Yeah.
And so I read that. And then also I've seen the Kenneth Branagh version of Hamlet, which is actually probably a really good version to see if you need to know everything, because like literally he cuts nothing out. Mm-hmm. It's like a 4-hour movie. Mm-hmm. But it's so good.
Huh.
So it's like, and it's like I bought it as a DVD, and it's like 2 discs. It's 4 hours long. Nothing is cut out. Like every little bit is.
Oh wow!
And it's like this crazy cast. So it's like he obviously Kenneth Branagh plays Hamlet, and then you got Julie Christie's in it, Kate Winslet's in it. crap, what else is it? Timothy Spall's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Lemmon's in it. Richard Attenborough's in it. Who else? Derek Jacobi, Brian Blessing. And then there's like small parts that just have like random actors in it. Like the Gravedigger is Billy Crystal.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And then this one guy who just like goes to like go get Rosencrantz and Guildenstern is Gerard Depardieu. And then there's like this one guy this one like general guy is Robin Williams. They got Charlton Heston to do a thing, and then they reenacted. You know that I think there's like a monologue that like an actor gives, which is Charlton Heston, and they like play it out, and has your detention. It's insane.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's a good one. And then I like some bits of Romeo and Juliet movies, mainly the one with Leo.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one.
No, you haven't seen that one?
I haven't seen that.
It's ridiculous, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And that was the movie that I fell in love with him. So it's special.
Nice.
Because I was like literally like I was just like flipping through the TV and I was like I knew what Romeo and Juliet was.
Right.
So I'm like I'm gonna click that, and then I just saw his angelic, beautiful face.
And that was history.
That one also has a weird cast, and that's the one that like they still like, I think it's Baz Luhrmann, and they still use like all the dialogue. Mm-hmm. So it's him, and then Claire Danes is in it. She plays Juliet, and then I think John Leguizamo plays Tybalt, and then Paul Rudd is in it. He plays Paris.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
It's an interesting little flick that is it's fine. I watched that. We read it in 9th grade, and we watched both that one and the 60s version.
I had to read it in 9th grade too. What's up with that?
Yeah. Also, there's another version that's that came out like 2013, 2014. I don't know. With Haley Steinfeld. Okay. It's not that good. I've seen it. Mm-hmm. That one I've seen too. It's pretty, and there's like some stuff that's good, but like there's like bits in it, and I'm like watching it, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not in the play. Like literally, like during the party, like or not during the party, like right after the party, after like Romeo and Juliet meet, there's a scene between Juliet and Tybalt.
Oh, okay.
I'm like pretty sure that's not in any script, like at all. So I got very confused. Mm-hmm. And then so that was confusing, but so that one's not that good. I think it's still on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other good Shakespeare plays.
I still want to see Titus Andromachus.
Ooh, I haven't seen that one.
Neither have I. I know it's a movie. There's like one movie of it because apparently it's considered like not one of his best plays. Mm-hmm. But like I remember I saw like a recap of it and it sounds like so amazing and like ridiculous. It's just kind of like a bunch of people like getting revenge on each other and stuff like that. And there's like limbs that fall off and ridiculousness. And like the movie is has I think the leads are Anthony Hopkins and Jessica Lange. You cannot go wrong with that.
Oh, hello. Nice. That's a good combination.
Oh my god, isn't it? And I'm just like, I don't understand, but I like it.
Mm-hmm. The cat found the little thing and she's playing with it.
Is that how cats work? I never had a cat.
Oh, she's cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, do you want to talk about anything about Patreon? Just
Oh yeah. What was it that you wanted to say about Patreon?
I kind of just want to talk about like what we would offer.
Yeah, tell them.
So I don't have it up with me.
Look at her. She's playing with the thing. She's so cute.
All right, I'm gonna grab my computer.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry, cat. And boom. Just trying to find the Wi-Fi again. We're good. Okay, go on to our page. Oops. I always do that where like I don't spell it out all the way. And then it just kind of like, and then I hit enter. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of thing happens. Okay. I know, like for the $1 thing, we said we would do early access. We might want to change that because we might, if we think of anything better. Okay. And then $3 was the commentary. Basically, if you guys don't know, whenever we watch these episodes, we record. Yeah. We have our mics with us and we just do commentary.
Yeah, it's fun. Sometimes we talk about a lot and sometimes we eat snacks.
We eat snacks and it's great. $5 we had this podcast created called Movie Polls, which we can't really do until we get enough patrons. Right. But it's basically we'll pick a category and we'll pick 4 films. Like, and it can be any kind of category. It can be like bad movie, good movie, like AFI classics or like this kind of genre movie, and we'll pick 4, and you vote on it, whatever one you want. We'll review. I didn't realize the $10 one was a random podcast that we technically do anyway, and we just give out for free. Although we could do it, I might change it to because we decided to do like I kind of made up a series called Let's Talk, where we just like talk about something.
Yeah.
So I wasn't thinking about like shows and stuff, but that might be the free stuff that we do because we want people to. We kind of want to do the recaps on stuff. So I might change the what the rewards are, and basically the goals are we would just want to do more podcasts. So the first one we want to do we want to talk about Lifetime movies because we love them. And I don't think there's any podcasts that really do talk about Lifetime movies, probably because there's a ton of them. Yeah. And some of them are probably hard to do because like some of them are based on true stories. Right. But I've always figured like we'll make a disclaimer saying like we're going to talk about the movie. And not. And then we decided to start like a general TV podcast where like if we talk about a show like that's still on, we can just go episode by episode. Right.
We have 2 people signed up already on the movie polls one.
No, we have 1.
2.
Who's 2?
I don't know who the second one is.
Where do you see that? Because on the page I only see 1.
Yeah, if you go to patreon.com/wittyclose and scroll down to pledge $5 or more per month, it's 2 patrons.
Oh, where do you see that? Like, how do you
scroll down to the side? You're on the main page, yeah?
Yeah.
So scroll down on the side where it says pledge $1 or more, pledge $3 or more, pledge $5 or more. Right under there. How many does it tell you?
Oh, 2.
2.
I thought I only said 1.
Yeah.
It's weird. Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we might change the goals a bit just because like I think we kind of realized like we do some stuff that we've already said we want to do. Yeah. We haven't done the movie polls yet, so.
No, we haven't.
And then I think for 300 the goal was bad movie podcast, which I always said we would get like us and then some people together and we would
get
drunk and watch a bad movie and discuss it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many bad movies.
Probably not actually get that drunk.
We would get intoxicated. We are of legal age. And then we talked about doing a cooking show, which we might do eventually. Who knows?
What are we gonna cook?
Whatever. I like watching those like channels, and I'm like, let's cook this.
Okay.
And then I don't know if I told you about this, but the series podcast.
Yeah.
Where we will find a series of films, any kind of film, and we will discuss the entire series.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
And then something else because we couldn't think of anything else at the moment.
Something else.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll think about it. They'll change a bit. It's fine. But, yeah, we would appreciate it if you would want to, if you like us enough, you can give us money and then we could continue doing this more and more. Because it's fun. And I enjoy hanging out with my friend.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
And we actually, unlike some friends, we work well together.
We do. Yeah, well, I think partially because our friendship was built on the fact that we work together.
Yeah, and we tend to balance each other out.
Yeah, we started working together and then we became friends. Really?
Yeah, that was kind of how it worked.
Yeah,
and it was kind of thing where we just learned how to balance each other out, and we don't fight often.
No. If you donate to our Patreon, you will get to unlock our tragic backstory.
It's not that tragic.
our okay backstory. No, we don't really fight on things.
Because most of the time, if we're upset about something with somebody, we just kind of confront the other person.
Yeah, we're like, hey man.
We're also not very confrontational people.
No.
Kind of like, hey, can we do this? Oh my, or I'm sorry, or if I feel like I'm messing up, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're good.
Yeah, we're usually
because you've seen our Facebook messages. I complain a lot, so much. At least I can acknowledge it.
No, it's fun though. I enjoy listening to it.
You enjoy listening to my rants about
yes, I do.
Anything.
Sometimes I just get really salty about things, and I really
I get so salty.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's a
weird.
Time. It's a good time.
And then if you want to share us on stuff that people like, I've tried to reach out to some people who I know who are fairly big. I don't know if it works that well, but they're busy.
They got a lot to do, and I respect that because we all have a lot to do.
Yeah, I tried emailing and stuff like that. I think one of us.net actually did reach out to me, so thanks guys.
Shout out to those guys.
You guys are awesome. You don't listen to them that much, do you?
No.
I
think we both listen to different things, which is why our shows are so interesting.
What do you listen to?
Not a lot.
Yeah, I listen to I think more than you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I have because I have my channel. I have Nerdist, which I don't listen to often anymore, but that's mainly interviews. So I listen to who I like.
Mm-hmm.
There is what else? I have my phone with me, so I can just say what podcast I listen to. Right now, I said I'm listening to the History Chicks, they mainly talk about women in history.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a conversation, and they go through history.
Mm-hmm.
God Awful Movies, which is they talk about Christian movies. That is probably like one of my favorites, and it's so funny, and I will like laugh out loud.
Yeah.
And it's really dark humor. Like that kind of helped me like develop my super dark humor. I'm trying to think of the dark humor in some of them. But yeah, I don't really remember. Crap. Oh well. But yeah, they really developed. It's No Illusion, Seth Enright, and Eli Bosnick, and they're just hilarious people.
Nice.
And they have no filter.
Perfect.
Whatsoever. And then I listen to Junk Food Cinema, which is they talk. It's like movies that like are kind of guilty pleasure movies, or they're like really ridiculous. And I've watched several movies thanks to them. Like I recently, they got me into Highlander, the movie, which is
nice,
so good. Did you ever see that?
I've only seen I think a couple minutes of Highlander.
It's so good.
Thing. I have to. Yeah.
There's like this one scene where you know that Queen song because it's a Queen soundtrack. Who Wants to Live Forever?
Yeah.
Is that the bit you've seen?
I haven't seen that bit, but I know the song.
Yeah, but like that song plays and like it's like bit, and I'm always like I was like fake crying at the beginning, and then like near the end I'm kind of
like,
just
real
like,
cry.
It's so sad. Do you know the plot of Highlander?
Yeah,
like the fact that he's immortal.
Yeah,
so it's kind of just like him and his not immortal wife, and it's really sad, but it's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I cry. And then recently I watched Phenomena, which I messaged you about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that one was interesting. I watched because I think there's like two versions. There's like an 80-minute version, which is like really like a American horror movie, and then there's like the almost 2-hour movie, which is like a good Italian movie, and it was ridiculous. And then I recently watched Maniac Cop and Maniac Cop 2, which is quite good.
What? What's that about?
So Bruce Campbell's in it.
Okay.
And there is a I don't know if he's like, I don't want to spoil it fully, but like there's like a cop going around and like murdering people, like murdering anybody.
Yeah.
And people think that Bruce Campbell, they think Bruce Campbell might have done it because it's like, they say he's similar built, but this like, other cop's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And also Bruce Campbell's wife gets murdered.
Oh.
The wife that he was cheating on with somebody else.
Ooh.
So they think he might have done it, but like, and then they kind of figure out, I think it's like this not cop person, and then they save the day, and then you get to the second one, which I'm not gonna talk about because it kind of delves into the plot a bit more and like that kind of thing. It works. It's like one of the best sequels.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to think about the movies I've seen. Because I've talked about a bunch that I haven't actually like seen really. Oh, actually, I have a bunch up right now. 12 Monkeys I watched because of them.
Oh,
that movie's fantastic. You ever see that?
I haven't seen it. I know of it.
That movie's great. This movie I do want to see, The Last American Virgin, which I haven't actually seen. And although I've heard the ending to it, and it sounds fantastic. It's like a teen comedy that kind of turns into something else.
Oh, nice.
And then because of that, I know they didn't talk about this movie, but I did end up watching Phantom of the Paradise, which is also a great movie. You know what that sounds like, right? Like the story to that is Phantom of the Opera. Totally. Yeah. And so it's got, I don't know, the only person I know is Paul Williams, who plays the villain. And he's kind of like, he kind of looks like an androgynous, like Elton John kind of thing.
Nice.
And like, I don't know how much acting he's actually done. He's more of like a composer, because he composed like the score to that. And then he also wrote the classic song, Rainbow Connections. Yeah, he wrote the music for the Muppet movie and the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Nice.
And then also, my last one I listened to is I listened to You Must Remember This, which I've told you about. That is a history podcast. That one's fantastic too. It's a history podcast based on Hollywood history. So like, it's by Karina Longworth, who I think she does like a historian stuff, and she does I think she was a critic for a while. I'm not sure, but like she wrote a bunch of like books and knows a ton about history. Like if you want like a good amount of history on like anything, that she's done,
nice,
you can talk about it. I was trying to like give up her stuff as like a person before I talked about the fact that her boyfriend is Rian Johnson, who's directing the new Star Wars movie.
Oh,
because she did a whole podcast, like a series called Star Wars, where she talked about stars during the time of World War II.
That's cool.
She also, just interestingly enough, her last podcast was on dead blondes. And so she talked about a bunch of blondes that were beautiful and like known for their looks and died tragically. And that was really good. And then probably her most interesting one, in my opinion, is she did a whole 12-part series on Charlie Manson and his relationship to Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
It's so good.
That sounds really good.
I know way too much now about Charlie Manson. They talk about because he had relationships with Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys.
Yep, I knew that. Yeah.
And then, do you know what Terry Melcher is?
No.
So he's the son of Doris Day, and he actually dated Candice Bergen for a bit. For it was Murphy Brown, but he was a music producer, and he was supposed to get Charlie Manson music up, but then he didn't, and he actually lived in the house where the Sharon Tate was murdered.
Oh.
And the idea, there might have been a theory that he was actually going after him, that kind of thing.
You know what that reminds me of? This might be kind of off topic, but do you remember that show that came out on, I think it was NBC?
Oh, Aquarius. Yeah.
Okay, you know what's weird about Aquarius? You know what's weird about that show?
Huh?
It was a weird mix between fictional and based off of real events. You know what I mean? Charlie Manson is real, but literally all the other characters were fictional. It
was actually fictionalized. I've seen episodes of it.
It's weird. It was just so. I don't know why it was super weird to me to have a fictional account of a real person when that person is still alive.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, because if it's I don't know, if it's an event or person that happened a couple 100 years ago, that's different to me.
Or a theory.
Yeah. But if it's fictional events surrounding a real life person who is technically still alive, whether or not they're actually a terrible human being. Still, it was kind of weird.
You know what's weird for me, though?
What?
I found, the detective story, everything with David Duchovny, way more interesting.
Yeah, no, they could have done it where it was just, set in that time period and there's, somebody similar to Charles Manson or, something, a very similar kind of take, and that would have been fine. Have it all completely, fictionalized. That would have been fine. And, I would have really enjoyed that show, but there was something super weird to me about that weird blend of real events and fiction.
I will admit though, great soundtrack.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched it.
I just remember that was the song that got me into that song White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a great song, and then almost every other thing is played it. I remember it was in Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. And then it was in Big Little Lies. Mm-hmm. Which I'm getting upset about Big Little Lies because they're saying oh, we're gonna do a season 2, and I'm no. I thought it was supposed to be a miniseries because it's based off of one book. Mm-hmm. And it concluded so well. Mm-hmm. It was great. You need to watch that. It's so good.
Yeah. Speaking of things that are getting a second season and everyone's really confused about, is it true that 13 Reasons Why is getting a second season?
Yes, but from what my sister told me.
What?
Okay, so hold on. I can explain this.
Okay.
I think.
Please explain.
No, wait. Because I didn't actually watch the show.
No, I haven't seen it.
I'm trying to remember if my sister said I don't think they went through all the books or all the tapes. Because she read the book too.
Yeah.
I don't remember if she said that. She can comment and be no, I didn't say that. But from what she told me happens, because I think she just explained it to my mom, and I was listening. They do actually have enough, and there is another thing that happens.
Yeah. Okay.
So that it can go into.
Okay.
I don't know if I would watch it. My mom kind of watched some of it.
So, did your sister have a favorable view of it or an unfavorable view of it?
She liked it.
A lot of people have an unfavorable view of it.
Well, why? I'm kind of.
I think because there's this whole thing about whether the show. There's an argument whether the show is kind of glorifies teen suicide in a way, or if people are seeing it more as an educational kind of thing. From what, because there's a whole thing where literally professionals were saying hey, the way the show goes about it is glorifying it, and it's totally it's pretty dangerous the way they kind of go about showing certain things.
Oh.
And it's they apparently they while doing the show they went to a couple mental health care professionals, and they're don't do it this way because that gives the wrong message of things, and then they went back and did it that way. So that kind of really rubs me the wrong way after hearing that.
I don't know. I saw a little bit of it just because my sister was watching it and it was on, and I guess the way that they showed, what's her name, Hannah.
Yeah.
She kind of honestly I think you can probably do it if you just show she's not in a good place in a good place.
Right.
Well, it didn't look like she was in a great place, and I
don't think they're saying that you can't depict teen suicide at all. There's just certain ways you can do it that don't come off as like a weird kind of romanticization.
Well, it kind of reminds me of, I know I've gone to reality show like 16 and Pregnant, where like they think that's glorifying teen pregnancy.
Yeah.
And because like it might be in a bit because like a lot of those people, like obviously the show keeps going and like the way you could like make money from it.
Oh yeah.
But if you actually watch like what happens in the show, their lives are terrible.
Yeah, but do people really understand that?
That their lives are, I don't know, I hope so.
The thing here is people are kind of not very smart. And sometimes things can be very misconstrued.
Well, I don't even know how that show's like, I guess because the show's so long and they got like Teen Mom and Teen Mom 2 and maybe Teen Mom 3, I don't remember.
Teen Mom OG.
That's like the first Teen Mom, basically.
Yeah, no, there's the new series came back. And
yeah, I mean, some of them have like decent lives and like they've had like more kids with like different people.
Yeah.
Well, there was like that one who actually like I think like lived near Lancaster who died recently.
Oh, really?
You didn't know that?
I have not been paying attention.
I don't know her name, but she like lived somewhere in Pennsylvania, I think.
Oh,
and she died of a drug overdose.
Oh, that's really sad.
Yeah. So I hope some people. I think it's the problem with like anything. It's really hard to depict it, and you just got to say like we're not. I think the best way. I know what I think the best thing that has happened recently that I think showed it really well was Sesame Street with Julie, who's like the new the Muppet with autism.
Oh yeah.
I love her so much.
Yay.
So like, because like I'm somebody who like has like a little mild form of autism.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, they even tried to like explain that like my biggest problem with like some movies where they try to like depict like autism specifically or like mental illness, they don't say it because they don't want to offend people. And I'm just that gets me so mad. I'm just like, just say that say this person has it because like they're saying like we don't want to offend people because somebody's like that person wouldn't do that, that person would do that, and I'm like, but it's a spectrum,
right?
And the way that they say it with Julie, they say, because Big Bird, I think the little bit where she's introduced, like, Big Bird wants to introduce her to himself.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like not really paying attention. And then the one character kind of explains, like, oh, she has autism and she likes when people know that. And then Big Bird's like, what's autism? And he's like, well, for Julie, it means this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
I really like her. And there's like some stuff that I relate to her about. Like there's one point where she slaps her hands a lot and I'm like, I did that. And then it's like sometimes she needs to be alone from people. So I think that's what you have to do, this kind of stuff.
Right.
Where you just say like, look, we're not doing everybody's experience.
Right.
And even with like teen, like people like, I feel so bad when like teens get really depressed and they commit suicide because I really want to like say to them, it's going to get better. Like high school doesn't really matter.
Yeah. That's a whole, I
just think that's the thing where you need to just say to people, like, we're not going to depict everybody's experience because we can't.
Yeah.
Here's this person's experience.
Okay.
That's do you have any opinions on that? Or are you not sure?
I can't. Well, it's kind of hard to, if we're speaking in the same context of the one show, 13 Reasons Why. I can't
say anything because I haven't
seen it. Exactly. I just know what I've heard of it and what some of the criticism is. And yeah, no, I agree with everyone has a different experience with a lot of different things. I think, especially mental health, all things considered with that kind of thing, definitely all different experiences. But I think there's a difference between portraying different experiences and like portraying things in a way that can come off as a romanticization or just like a really kind of fictionalized idealization. Yeah.
Also, I was thinking this, like, I don't know it doesn't look like they're going to do this, but if they wanted to do more seasons, they could have just made it like an anthology series.
Yeah. And
just like, it's like the same person, like this person committed suicide because of this reason. And then this person did something like, or even attempted suicide because of this reason.
Right.
It could be a whole thing. I don't think they're going to do that.
No, I don't think that's the show.
I don't watch a ton of Netflix shows. Like much. I like right now I'm binging season 3 of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which makes me so happy. I love that show.
Good.
We might have to do that for a section fan reaction because it is.
Oh yeah, I'm down for that actually.
It's just a happy show.
You heard it here, folks.
I remember like I texted to my sister like I had like a really bad day at work and then I realized that season 3 came out and I was just like, I'm so happy. I'm just gonna watch this.
Yeah.
So that made it made my day. It's like Tina Fey, and I haven't watched a ton of Tina Fey stuff, but it's just so funny. And then I've seen obviously Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Looking forward to
And even like the Marvel stuff, I haven't watched a ton of. I've really only seen season 1 of Daredevil, which is great, and then some of Jessica Jones, which is like I think with Jessica Jones, I think I've said this to some people, like it's not as good as the first season of Daredevil, but I think it's more of an important show,
right?
Because it just kind of like deals with like these like real issues. And David Tennant's so creepy.
Yeah.
I think I need to get back into it. I heard Iron Fist wasn't good though.
No, I haven't heard a single good thing about Iron Fist. Literally nothing. Nobody likes Iron Fist.
That's so sad. That's not good.
Luke Cage, though.
Did you watch Luke Cage?
Watch the first half of Luke Cage because I'm watching it with my brother, and my brother's never around, so I can never watch it. So, Tom, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, please make room in your schedule so we can finish watching the shows that we watch. Thank you, and have a good day.
Yeah, I just haven't really. But then I think The Defenders is coming out soon.
Yes, it is.
I wonder if people actually like the character Iron Fist. Because, like, that's, like, kind of, like, the anomaly, like, of, I don't know why people wouldn't like Iron Fist. It's, like, the one bad thing that Marvel's done that's, like, genuinely bad, which is, like, if that's, like, your one thing, you're okay as a thing.
Yeah. What I heard about Iron Fist is that there's no likable characters in the entire show, which is kind of if they're bringing, I don't know. We're gonna have to see how the Defenders work out.
Also, they can improve. They can improve the character.
They can. Oh, they definitely can. It also depends on who's running what and who gets to do what and all that kind of.
I don't know who runs what
behind the scenes jazz.
I've always wondered, like, are these shows going to get into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Or is this going to be its own thing? Which is fine.
It's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, I know, but like, are they going to join them? Or are they just going to stay with TV?
I feel like if anything, they might have like a cameo in one of the
because they're just like way too different, essentially.
Yeah, and like there's no. I feel like it would like clutter things up, kind of.
Yeah.
If they put them like in the movie, but I feel like they would make for some real good cameos.
You know what would work though?
What?
Phase 4. If they could like sneak them into there a little bit.
Oh,
because at that point, they're probably gonna. I have a feeling like by the end of Phase 3, several characters are gonna be gone.
I'm really looking forward to Infinity Wars. Is that? That's gonna. I feel like that's gonna bring everything together. That's bringing everything together. Like
I think right now the superhero movie I'm looking forward to actually genuinely is Wonder Woman.
I'm crossing my fingers so hard for Wonder Woman. Yeah. I just want it to be. And
good. Then, like, did you hear about everything with Justice League? Like Zack Snyder stepped down.
Oh, because Zack Snyder had like a really bad family tragedy.
His daughter, his daughter committed suicide.
That
actually,
is so
sad.
Yeah,
I feel bad for him.
That's just sad.
Yeah. So and like some people actually like I think they made a point and like people saying like, well, why are you stepping down now? I think she died in like March or something, and I'm like,
sometimes you just don't understand how things like that affect your
family.
Also
I think it was a thing where he might have already finished filming, and now he had to go back to do like
they're doing reshoots now. Like I think he stepped down just for the reshoots. And they're bringing back
which like and like you do you
like you can't make any type of criticisms for something like that. You just have to step off.
Yeah,
and you can't even say something like, oh well, I don't like Zack Snyder, but that's sad. No, you don't even say that. You just step off and you just say. All right.
And like some people are pointing out because like what's interesting, and I don't think it's actually going to help the movie if it whatever it is, was that the director doing the reshoots is Joss Whedon.
Yep. Yes. It is
so I don't know if that's really going to affect anything.
No, I mean it's reshoots, so I think it's just and
like post production.
Yeah. So
I think honestly, I think it was a thing where maybe like Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon are friends, and Joss Whedon's like, I'm going to help my buddy out.
Yeah.
I'm going to like help him.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a good person to jump in that role. Somebody who's already directed a movie that was very much like Justice League in the sense of getting a bunch of characters together. So it's probably who's kind of already been behind the helm of something similar.
Yeah.
So he probably just already has the experience to know what's going to work.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good decision to bring in him.
Yeah. Also, like I'm kind of wondering, it's going to suck so bad if Wonder Woman sucks.
I'm going to be so upset because that's really one of the only few, and some people say the first, but it technically isn't the first, like solo female superhero movie.
It's not the first. It might be the only good one. Have you seen any of the other ones?
What are the other ones? The only one I know is Catwoman,
Elektra.
Oh, Elektra. I forgot about Elektra. There's a very good reason I forgot about Elektra.
The nostalgia, Lindsay Ellis, when she was a nostalgia chick, did like a top, like she ranked all of there was 5 at the time.
Yeah.
So she ranked all of them from like, not the worst to the worst.
Yeah.
And so there's Catwoman, Elektra, Barbed Wire.
I don't know Barbed Wire, actually.
Pam Anderson. There's a Supergirl movie.
Is it like an actual? Like,
yeah, it's from the 80s.
It's like, wait, like a theater movie? Or
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently it's really bad because there's no plot. except for Find the MacGuffin, and then Tank Girl.
Okay.
With Lori Petty.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the 5, and they are. I think she ranked them. Obviously go check out the video because it's really funny and actually like goes into the depth of it. But I think she did. It was like order was Tank Girl, Elektra, Barbed Wire, Supergirl, and Catwoman.
Catwoman. God, what a terrible movie. Catwoman
I never saw Catwoman.
You're missing out. That's a good. That is just. I can't even.
I like saw like bits of Supergirl because she also Lindsay reviewed that movie too, and it's just like there isn't much plot, and there's like this whole thing, and like the girl who played Supergirl is not great.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like Find the MacGuffin, and there's like magic, and eventually, I think eventually the plot is the villain who's Faye Dunaway and Supergirl are fighting over a dude, like a gardener, not very illiterate dude.
Oh gosh! All right.
And then Barbed Wire is Barbed Wire is hilarious. I've seen some of this. You know what it is? It's kind of basic plot by plot role reversal action movie of Casablanca.
Okay. Alrighty.
I might force you to watch that too.
I'm confused, but a little bit intrigued.
Well, I think you could do Casablanca as a role reversal.
Yeah, sure.
I think also the Nostalgia Critic reviewed it at one point.
Okay.
And it's just like, he's like, wait a minute. So this like scientist woman and her husband are running away from the cops, and they hide out at this club who's run by this woman who's the husband's ex-lover. Casablanca. That's it.
Okay. That's it. All right.
Oh, I just meant that's it for that part, but okay.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, but okay, that's interesting. But yeah, no, I super hope that Wonder Woman is good because it needs to be good.
Well, isn't it done by a woman director? I don't know if Zack Snyder. I'm not going to bring up Zack Snyder at this point, but I feel bad. But it's a period piece. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm looking. It's like World War I, which is good.
And you said I think
Patty Jenkins.
Okay, I don't know what she's done.
Most well known for Wonder Woman. All right, and Monster.
Oh, that's the one with Charlize Theron.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that did well. That was good.
Yeah, Charlize Theron won an Oscar for that.
Yes, she did. She
played a serial. Eileen. What? I forget her last name. She played a serial killer. But yeah, I heard the movie was good. And so hopefully, I remember like when I think you posted the trailer on your Facebook and you said it passed the Bechdel test.
Yeah, the trailer. Okay. Let's you bring this up, so I'm going to talk about it. All of the DC movies in their DC cinematic universe, none of them have passed the Bechdel test. None of them. How? How do you not? How? Jesus. All right. You just didn't pass the Bechdel test. The Wonder Woman trailer practically passes the Bechdel test.
Well, so there's like two women talking.
Yeah,
to each other.
Major characters talking to each other about something other than a man.
Well, it seems like only one woman. I mean, I guess like her mom's in it, and is she a major character? She might not be in it much.
No,
we don't know.
Named character, so she's named.
Oh, that's all that matters?
Technically, all they have to do is be named. And somehow that is so hard for people to get. Somehow, so hard. Anyway, so literally, okay.
Wait, I have a question. So in Suicide Squad, doesn't Amanda Wallace talk to Harley Quinn at all? And they don't talk about a man?
Suicide Squad does not pass the Bechdel test.
Oh, it doesn't?
It does not.
I thought that
nope, Suicide Squad does not pass the Bechdel test.
Okay.
And so it's so funny because Bechdel test is really conceived more as a joke than anything. But
I like it though. It's a nice joke
because it's it's turned into something serious because literally it's so hard. Why is it so hard?
Do any of the Marvel movies pass?
Yeah.
Which ones?
That's a really good question. Wait, I'm gonna look this up real quick because I really want to know.
Because most of them are about. I don't know. Captain Marvel's coming out eventually, so that might pass.
So that was like all right. Which Marvel movies passed the Bechdel test? This is an article by Digital Spy. Okay, this is from 2014.
So they probably don't have
which
Civil
2016 Super. Oh, okay. Bechdel test. Captain America: Civil War does. I think. Hold on.
That's it.
Like
maybe.
No. No.
I feel like it wouldn't.
Oh wait.
Like there's named women, but I don't think they talk about.
Oh yes, no. It's okay. Barely. It scrapes by. this scrapes by with it's that opening scene, you know, when they're all like scoping out a thing.
Yeah.
And both Black Widow and Scarlet Witch are
Oh,
there.
okay.
And they talk to each other for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Still kind of counts, but barely.
I don't really mind. I don't mind it that much as long as like the plot's good. I'm like, kind of like, I don't need a movie to pass the Bechdel test for me to like it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just kind of my thing.
Civil War. No, Civil War doesn't really pass. X-Men Apocalypse passes. Suicide Squad. Oh, it doesn't.
That's not DC. I mean, Marvel.
What does? No, this was 2016.
Oh.
That's BS. This doesn't count.
I told you, don't Amanda Waller and Harley
one?
Quinn talk to each other? Or even, no, what about Amanda Waller and the Enchantress? Did they talk to each other about anything besides a man? No. Don't they talk about her power? Or, I don't know.
No.
All right.
No, now I'm like looking. Iron Man 2 is borderline.
Okay.
Bechdel Test. No. Avengers doesn't.
They only have one.
Iron Man 3 does. Yeah, Iron Man 3 does.
Oh yeah, there's a couple ladies in that. And
Thor: The Dark World does.
That one probably would because
Winter Soldier does not.
I would say that like Thor makes sense because Natalie Portman has a
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Does
pass.
Really? What are the other women that are named?
Nebula.
Oh right, forgot about Nebula.
All right, so really, we can just really generalize this to most superhero movies are terrible at passing the Bechdel test because we are afraid of ladies who have power.
Or probably because there weren't many written back in the day, and they.
Well, no, okay.
I don't read comics.
Because in the original Avengers lineup, there was also another female in there, and they just didn't write her in to the thing because it was we had a good old Janet Van Dyne, who is known as the Wasp, and they just totally wrote the Wasp out of everything in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is a load of bull. So yeah, that was dumb. Anyway, I digress on that point. But like, also, yeah, we still need our Captain Marvel movie. I am so looking forward to this.
That's
Captain
coming
Marvel
out,
movie.
And it's Brie Larson. I like Brie Larson.
Yeah, and I just really want some Captain Marvel. All right, Marvel is finally going to have a female superhero solo movie, even though they just couldn't make a Black Widow movie. Why couldn't they make a Black Widow movie?
I love Black Widow.
So many people would have gone.
I kind of like Scarlet.
Many people would have gone and seen it.
I like Scarlet Witch too, but I just like her power a lot.
Scarlet Witch is fine, but like Black Widow would have worked as a solo movie. It worked perfectly fine as a solo movie. There was no reason
also
why there shouldn't.
I think I pointed this out, but it wasn't true. Like, does the Bechdel test count if they're talking about a man, but it's not romantic? If it's like just like
no, it doesn't count.
Okay,
as
long as it's a man.
No man.
Okay.
No man.
Okay. So is that it? It's like getting late. I might have to go home.
Oh.
It's like 9:30.
Yeah, it is. All right. Yeah, we should probably wrap it up.
All right.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Peace.
All right. Oh, we should probably wrap it up with the usual.
Oh yeah. iTunes, Woody Close, Twitter at Woody Close, Facebook, Facebook.com/WoodyClose, YouTube, Woody Close Productions. Our email is woodyclose@gmail.com.
Yeah, so check us out.
So, subscribe, like, rate, review,
like, hearing your comments,
follow, blah, blah, blah.
All right, cool. Peace.
Peace.